My girlfriend keeps calling my sobriety control, and I don't know if I'm being manipulated or just sensitive. So let's see what this is all about. I, 32, she, 29, have been together over a little over 3 years. We don't have kids, live separately, but spend most nights together. For context, I quit drinking 9 months ago after realizing I was sliding into drink to turn my brain off territory, which is not good. When a man is in that situation, bro, something else is going on. No DUI, no violent stuff, but I was waking up anxious, missing mornings, gaining weight, being a worse son and a friend. I started therapy, got serious, and honestly proud of myself. Good shit, bro. I'm proud of you too. Like 9 months sober after having like a drinking addiction. That's some good shit, man. So my girlfriend thinks drinks socially, but also uses alcohol as her main stress relief. Bro, why can't I read today? What the fuck? So if she drinks socially, that's already kind of a problem. Okay, you don't want really depends on what are your boundaries, of course. But from my opinion, you shouldn't want your girls or your girl drinking with other people, let alone other dudes, God forbid, okay? That's just a situation made for disaster. And if she uses that as her main stress relief, she seems to have the same problem this dude used to have with drinking. Maybe not to that level, but using alcohol as a stress relief or even drugs like weed, etc., it's just genuinely not a good thing for your psyche and it makes you a worse person just to be around, bro. I don't like being around batheads and fucking drinking people. You know, if you drink more than once a week, or if you drink more than twice, 3 times a month, bro, that's a problem, okay? So, now it feels like a tug of war where the rope is my boundaries. The one thing I'll say is you give an inch, they try to take a mile. So, with your boundaries, that rope needs to be tight as fuck and almost impossible to pull. You saw that video of Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate or some other guys in Dubai. There are plenty of people that they play tug of war with a tiger. Tiger was in the zoo in his fucking cage and he bit that fucking rope. And two fucking grown ass men, 100 kilo, 225 pounds, two grown ass men, couldn't even move the tiger an inch. The tiger just sat there still, right? And that's what your boundaries should be. She couldn't even move them a millimeter, okay? She shouldn't be able to. If she can push them all around, bro, they're too fickle, bro, in this relationship. It's gonna have a lot of problems in the future. So just save yourself the bother, bro, and be more strict, to be honest. Do you think a dad lets his daughter, push his boundaries? Some dads do, and then those daughters end up going to college, getting ran through by 30 guys, hating her fucking parents, and that's what it ends up like. I'm sure you don't want that. If you're a rational, normal thinking man, you probably don't want that. So, at first she said she supported me, but over time she gotten mean in this very specific way. If I say I'm not drinking tonight, she'll sigh and say, I'm judging her. Okay, that's weird. So what? Depends on if you're really actually judging her. To be honest, if I leave the party early because I'm tired, she tells people I'm in my sober phase. This is a problem. It shouldn't be a sober phase. It should be a sober life. It should be a sober lifestyle. If you drink once a month, that's okay. Yeah, but if she thinks that this is just a phase and you'll get over it, that's a very big problem. Okay, she thinks that drinking all the time is normal. I would leave this girl actually at this place because I just see that we're just not compatible. She wants something different from life. I want something different from my life. We don't have the same values. I would just leave respectfully. It's a quirky personality trait. That's what she thinks. The worst is when she frames it as me controlling her. We love this gaslighting manipulation tactic, guys. We've all dealt with this. Example, last weekend she wanted us to do a wine night at her place, and I offered to bring some fancy snacks and make it a mocktail night. Actually, I disagree with him on this. I don't think that this is fair. I think that if she wanted to do a wine night and that was the original plan, and you trying to change the plan just so that it suits you, I think that's selfish, and I genuinely think that
Please bear with me as I do.
Sorry, my bad. I think that that's genuinely just wrong. I don't think, okay, if you want to drink mocktails and you want to bring the snacks to the others, that's okay. But don't try to make them not to drink wine if they really want to do that. Okay? So this is like what I think. he kind of did wrong in this situation. Like, she's gonna freak out over this. Like, you're so selfish. Why do you want to change our plan just to suit you? You know what I mean? And I understand that reaction, to be honest. She got cold instantly and said, "So I'm not allowed to relax in my own house because you decided to be better than everyone." Bro, you should just let them drink their wine if you're okay with it. If not, then tell her, like, I'm not doing this. Like, you can break up with me if you want to, but I'm not gonna be with you if you're gonna do wine nights. But this guy doesn't seem to mind, so that doesn't seem to be a situation. I told her that's not what I said, and I literally don't care if she drinks. Oh, I just don't want it to be the whole night's focus. If that was the first plan, the original plan, you shouldn't attend it at all. And if you want to, you should be okay with them doing that. Of course, if you still want her as your girlfriend and you don't mind her doing a wine night. And if you mind that, maybe you should find someone who's more suitable for you. Because this girl doesn't seem to want to change. She kept repeating, "So you don't care," in this sarcastic voice, and said, "I'm trying to punish her for having fun." Later, she apologized, but it was one of those apologies when it turns into a speech about how her ex used to control her and how my sobriety is triggering her trauma. See, guys, this is the problem when you don't date virgins. I told you this all of 2025, and I'm gonna tell you this again. Only virgins, bro. One body count is a whore. If she slept with one man and she fucked up, because men don't rarely break up with women over small stuff, she must have fucked up. She's a whore. Okay, you shouldn't deal with that girl. Recreational use only if you want to. I wouldn't even suggest that, to be honest, but I understand that some guys really want to. But that's not a suitable girl for a serious relationship. No ex says nothing, bro. The reason why this relationship that I'm in right now for the past year is so much better than the one that I was in previously is because that previous girl that I was with for a year and a half, she had like 5 bodies before me. And it showed, bro. She mentioned her ex multiple times, and that, that stink feeling that you have when she talks about how another dude, what she used to do with another dude, bro. You don't want that. That energy will come throughout the whole of the relationship. Now, let's say that you're a guy that's okay with a girl having a few dudes before you. I'm not going to tell you what your boundaries should be. I'm just going to give you the reason for mine. Okay? If you're okay with that, please, at least for the love of God, make sure that they weren't some controlling guys. They didn't beat the shit out of her, etc. Because although she's the victim, she's going to make you the victim of her fucking gaslighting and trauma. Because that trauma, that baggage that another man put into her, she's going to put onto you. Okay? So I'm telling you right now, make sure that she has been at least some healthy relationships or something. So I know trauma is real. I also know she uses it like a shield when she wants the conversation to end. Yeah, a lot of girls do that. 2 nights ago, it blew up because I found she's been texting her ex again. Okay, finito, last straw, bro. This guy should have gone the fuck out of there, or threw her out of there if she was at his place. Like, I wouldn't want to hear none of it. Now I'm still gonna finish reading this post, but at that point there's no more fixing it, no more communication. No, you just cross the line. That's it. Okay, that's it. When you when you stab someone to that, the cop is not going to try to ask you why you do it. The cop's going to arrest you, and then in jail, the investigators or whatever, they are going to ask you why you did it. Okay? But the cop's main purpose is to put you in jail. This is like where your main job, you're the cop, your job is to end and take yourself out of this situation. So no, so not explicit sexting, but kind of flirty stuff, remember us stuff, and late night memes. I'm gonna tell you what this actually means. Late night memes and jokes, pet names, all of this. You know what this means? It means she wants to suck his dick, but she wants it to look nonchalant, just for the rare case that you might find these texts, which this dude did, and to trick you that it wasn't anything serious, which from the text, it seems like this dude bought into her lie. Because when I asked her about it, she said I was being paranoid because I'm addicted to control now instead of alcohol. That line hit me like a slap I'm not proud of. I'm not proud, but I raised my voice. Horrible, bro. You show that you care so much about this girl, you're not willing to let her go. And the reason for that is because his SMV is too low. He has got no other options. He's gonna be alone stroking his dick if this girl leaves him. So he's gonna try to fix her, change her, whatever, and deal with this bullshit because no other girl wants him, and that's the main problem. You as a guy should increase your SMV so that you have a variety of women, and then choose the best one for you instead of having to deal with this bullshit. She immediately went calm and says, "See, this is why I don't feel safe." This is top level gaslighting, by the way, guys. Okay, stuff like this. I saw a reel the other day of a dude catching his girl in the middle of the act, like in bed with some other dude. And she was the one who started crying and says, "Because I had a feeling that you were about to cheat on me. So it was your fault. Leave me alone." So she blamed it on him that he was the reason she cheated, bro. Come on, man. You see how these girls will turn it around, bro. Sometimes you're gonna be like, what the fuck? How can she do this? It's because you tolerate this shit. You buy into this bullshit. If you as a man try to do that to, let's say, your dad, you'd get the shit slapped out of you, slapped back into reality. Now, you can't do this with girls, but what you can at least do is fucking leave. Okay, not take any of this bullshit. Like, genuinely, if you fucked up something and raised your voice at your dad and said it's your fault, make immediately, bro. Or maybe not. Okay, depends how your father is like. Okay, but you'll instantly get checked by some. If you tell a guy friend, your brother, someone, maybe they won't slap you, but maybe they'll call you out on your bullshit. But for some reason, women never get called out on their bullshit. It's because guys are trying to smash, so they'd rather tolerate it and pretend to agree with them or entertain it at least. Then she told me if I keep acting like her dad and her monitoring her choices, she'll end it. So she has daddy issues as well as drinking, as well as guy friends. This girl is full of red flags, and he missed it. So I recommend you guys watch my a few videos back. I made a video about the 10 red flags you should never ignore to not end up like this dude. Okay, so see, this is why I don't feel safe. Okay, where I was about her dad. Yeah, here. I left and I sat in my car for 20 minutes like an idiot, just shaking. The reason why this guy was shaking in his car is because he really doesn't want to lose this girl because he has got no other option. Okay, this is what having low SMV does to you guys. You don't want to have a low fucking SMV because then you start acting like a fucking retard like this guy. Realistically, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, I can't tell if I'm overreacting or if I'm in a relationship where every boundary becomes proof I'm the bad guy. I love her, but I'm exhausted. How do I even have a productive talk with someone who flips everything into me controlling, or do I take this sign to walk away? You should have fucking left like months ago, buddy. Yeah, definitely leave. Save yourself the water. But bro, this guy should have left months ago. No, actually years ago. He's been with her for probably like 2 years ago, 2.5. So yeah, guys, please learn from this. This is what happens when you have no boundaries, or if you have boundaries but you don't enforce them, which makes them non-existent. If there's a law, but then the cops don't enforce it, what does it make that law? Useless. That's what it makes it. So this is how your boundaries work in your relationships, and then you get treated and stomped on by this bitch that drinks and cheats on you because texting another guy is basically an attempt to cheat, and then you're the bad guy for it. You get blamed for it. So please, for the love of God, guys, keep your fucking boundaries straight. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, if you want any help with your dating life, DM me on Instagram and with us, man. God bless you, boys.